Hmm. What in the hell? Hmm. What in the hell? Why is my videos paused? What in the hell? Why is my videos paused? What in the hell? Why is my videos paused? What in the hell? Why is my videos paused? Why is my videos paused? You're back. Okay, testing, testing. Okay, testing, testing. Okay, I need to change this. Uh-huh. If it goes off again, then I'm done. It's over. But I don't know if it's working. Am I still live? I have no clue. Is it working or no? Okay, nice, but I don't know if it's YouTube that's like causing the problems, or is it the specific video I watched? So at this point, what should we watch if this stops it as well? Or is it gonna just be suspended after a few minutes anyways? There must be something we can watch, right? Pretty tired as well. I don't know how long I've been streaming magnetic games. Does everything just... let me think. Oh, comedy's dying. What the hell? He's literally talking with Netanyahu. What is this?
You know, it's fascinating. You talked there about what the democracies have to do to hold something in common, and you know, since
stop pressing Israel for
well, that for sure. And but I think
my commercial.
but beyond that, I think that you know the real question for the West is what actually is held in common anymore. So when it was facing down a communist
It tries so hard to pretend to be
threat, it was easy to say what we hold in common is that systems of private property and voting are better than alternatives. Now there's been this attempt to say, well, what we're fighting for, what we're fighting on behalf of is democracy, but just democracy, not necessarily private property, not necessarily free markets, just voting.
Free markets.
And that's not going to get you very far, because the simple fact of the matter is that that is a methodology that can be used on behalf of anything. I mean, Hamas was an elected body in 2006, and they're a terrorist group in the Gaza Strip firing missiles routinely in the middle of Israel. So the question becomes, what are the values that the West holds if it's not going to be some sort of economic solidarity around private property, because you don't have an opponent like the Soviet Union to face off against? And it seems like what it should be and what it could be would be a an understanding of traditional culture that has animated each one of these individual nations in combination with democracy and free markets, right? But everybody's been attempting to internationalize everything.
That's what the Queen of England stood for so long.
Exactly, and we've been robbing each of the Soviets was the laissez-faire empire, let's say, that was fighting the Soviet communist empire. And the Soviet empire that was fighting the Soviets was the laissez-faire empire, let's say, that was fighting the Soviet communist empire. And the Soviet empire collapses. And now the laissez-faire empire no longer exists. And so the imperial sort of attitude that's arisen in the West is a cultural imperialism. It's an imperialism of the atomistic individualism. It's an idea that what lies at the root of each one of us is our desire to do whatever it is that we want to do,
and that
states are
exactly with everything else.
Exactly, and states are a threat to that, and nationalities are a threat to that. And if we just get rid of that, then we'll have the wonderful George Soros open society that he's been seeking for so long, and that will be the new empire. But that's not an empire. That's nothing. That's collapse. And so.
He's literally doing the anti-Semitic meme of George Soros.
Also won't hold.
Right.
If you don't have the fabric of commonality, of common values, the greatest empires collapse. I mean, Soviet Union collapsed. I did
Idiots sold soaps to get money.
a conference on terror after my brother died in February. So 3 years later, I organized an international conference on terrorism, and I invited Vladimir Bukovsky, who was the great Russian dissident who exposed the use of psychiatric wards
to treat political
to suppress political dissent. He had been exchanged for some spy, for some communist spy, and he came to Jerusalem. He said to me this in 1979. He said, the Soviet Union will collapse in a decade. He said, everything is rotten there, and people have lost their faith. They no longer believe in it. So it's bound to collapse. And I think what you're saying, Ben, is that in the absence of a common fabric of belief and faith, that
it's fatal.
This thing doesn't work. And when I talked about the Iron Triangle of peace, of economic, military, and diplomatic power, the center of the triangle is your faith and your core beliefs, because otherwise, what are you fighting for? You know.
And that's one of the things that's so noticeable over here. I mean, so one of my
I do love that. These two idiots are less.
my security guys here is Chiluni, which means secular in English. He's a secular Jewish
Jordan Peterson and Ben Shapiro talking to Bibi Netanyahu.
guy, grew up on a kibbutz, but he still has tremendous reverence for Jewish tradition, for example. He had two grandmothers who survived the Holocaust
Like
and
not
were
saying anything.
not
They're really
religious,
stupid.
anti-religious in many ways because they had survived the Holocaust, but they still had reverence for a certain level of tradition. And that tradition manifests in Israel, even for people who are secular, in the army, really, is in solidarity against external foes and in understanding that you're part of a chain of history. And that's something that we completely lack in the United States now. I mean, that solidarity has been largely removed in large swaths of the United States, and I feel like the same thing is
Well, and
happening.
there's an insistence in the U.S. that the traditions that bind us are actually part of the oppressive problem.
Well, because George Washington was a slave owner, don't you know? So, I mean, the attempt to reconstitute the past in precisely the prism of the moment is odd. It's funny.
When in the prism of them, even in the moment right now, you're still terrible. You would have been terrible at that time as well.
It's stupid. And I think political.
It's not just stupid, it's malevolent.
They're trying so hard to sound smart, but they really don't sound smart at all.
Well, it's political.
It's not just ignorance. You know,
Political
there's-
correctness gone AWOL. I mean, it's crazy. It's too far. And I think. But I
I wrote a
think.
manifesto
speaker
that
said.
I published on YouTube and distributed fairly widely on conservative.
Such a meme. This sounds like a joke that you come up with, like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and Bibi Netanyahu enter a restaurant, and then there's going to be
Trying to outline
whatever the
a
joke is.
vision of common tradition, I would say, that could provide the basis for that kind of union of the West that you described. When I traveled through Eastern Europe pretty extensively for the first few months of this year, and I was struck constantly having the great privilege to meet a variety of political and cultural leaders in each country with two things. One, that they were stunned to the degree that that they had achieved dominance, and then also this belief that they were lone voices crying in the wilderness, which is what you hear from conservatives in many, many places. And I
Oh my
thought, well,
goodness.
after going
The
to 10
victim
different
mentality.
countries and hearing exactly the
Look
same
at his
thing in
face,
every
though.
country, I thought, well,
It looks so like, what the hell has happened to this man? Look at that. Nothing he's saying is of relevance, and he's not saying anything new anymore. Like, you can't really critique them on this because it's so boring and tired, and everyone's critiqued them already on
well,
this.
why in the world
nonsense.
isn't there something like an international movement on the conservative front?
Common turn.
There isn't an international movement. What the hell are they talking about?
Well, yeah. Well, that's the danger, of course, of that happening. But by the same token, the people
Oh, you give him if this lasted for a bit, he's gonna
who are
cry.
espousing
Quite
traditional
enough.
values
He's
haven't
gonna
done a
cry
very
now
good
or
job
not.
of articulating them, and they haven't been able to bring anything approximated a united.
Yeah, we need to make jokes like Ben Shapiro, Jordan Peterson, and Bibi Netanyahu enter a restaurant. Oh no, no, that's unlucky and fun to be.
Front with a vision that can combat the vision that the progressives
Well,
purport to put forward.
I think that given the state of our educational systems and the obvious tilt of the mainstream media in most countries, most Western countries, the only way that you actually get a corrective is by being mugged. You have to be mugged by semi-socialist or socialist policies.
Was he gonna say? Was he gonna say black people? Is that what you want to say? Is that what you want to say? Actually, Netanyahu mugged by black people. Like, it sounded like you wanted to say that.
You have to be mugged by defunding the police. You have to be. That's the only way.
He so badly wants to say black people. I can just feel it in his bones. I can feel his energy, like what he actually wants to say, but he can't. He has to put on an air of dignity or whatever. But yeah, fuck this man.
It works. You know, it's like you forget, and you have to be reminded what are the fundamentals of a free society.
Yeah, then the question is how hard.
This man literally sold soap to do corruption. Like, he used soap for corruption. That's how much of a meme he is.
Do you have to be mugged or do you have to be raped?
Oh, oh, now he's bringing in the immigrants and the Mexicans, I think. Like the innuendo and the dog whistling is so.
Look, I think it's avoidable, but you have to have leaders who are willing to pay with their political blood to correct. I mean, I couldn't move Israel into a free market revolution without effectively putting myself on the line of fire, going down in my political.
Did you know
He's so slimy, he'll do anything to maintain power. And he's like, putting myself on the line.
that was going to happen?
Yes, absolutely,
Fuck you.
absolutely,
You knew
Fuck
you.
absolutely.
So how were you able to get away with it, so to speak? Or why were you able to garner the support within the ranks of your own?
He should be in jail.
Oh,
Or did you not?
Because for Sharon, it was very good. I was the guy.
His
I was the
scapegoat.
guy. I was the guy who was going into the operating room and sawing off limbs, doing all these things. And you know, if it succeeds, he gets the credit. If it
This
fails,
man
I'm
fucked all
the
three.
scapegoat. And you remove an heir apparent. Also, I had.
Okay.
But so I had it was a moment in time. I had a free market coalition that because of the depth of the crisis was so, the economic crisis was so bad that I could take these extraordinary.
So what do you think's going to happen in Europe?
But in a way, that's
So what do you think's gonna happen in Europe? No.
what I'm saying. Is that sometimes the corrective, it's
Yeah,
not
what the
always
fuck?
true, but sometimes the corrective requires a crisis.
Oh my goodness, there's nothing of value. There's no meme quality either. We need memes, but there's nothing. This could be, but I don't know. What the hell is this one? Avatar characters are more victimized than Meghan Markle. Oh my goodness. Look at his views though. He has 5.25 million subscribers, but no one really watches him anymore. Like, this is the highest he has. Okay, guess this one. Kermit the Frog. Oh no, he's talking about autism. Oh no, no, no. He tries so hard to sound like an intellectual, but he is just an idiot. I need to learn. Wait, is this it?
I've essentially been banned from Twitter. I say banned, although technically I have been suspended. But the suspension will not be lifted unless I delete the hateful tweet in question, and I would rather die than do that. I should at least know exactly what I did wrong. If I'm
I should at least know exactly what I did wrong.
required to acknowledge that my tweet violated the Twitter rules. What rules, you sons of bitches? Were those male breasts or female breasts that were removed? And I'm not taking down that tweet or acknowledging that my tweet violated the Twitter rules. Up yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who.
Yours, woke moralists. We'll see who cancels who. Damn. Oh, damn it. We need... What the hell? Oh, that's just old stuff. I was like, is she still on that? This one is not that bad of a video. Okay. Casualties of JPP cancelling 0. Wait. What the hell? You're right to be paranoid. Okay. Nothing that fun's happening. Okay, we can just look at some good songs. Listen to all
Let
of
me
it.
tease the oil.
Oh, wait.
Oh, no.
When I was like, I tried mushrooms for the first time. This was the song that kept repeating in my head.
Latest masterpiece.
I don't know. It was like, yeah, it was a recent video. But when I was like really, really high on mushrooms or whatever. This was the song that kept
All right, folks. 646
repeating in my head for no reason.
See you in the fun.
Are you ready?
Who sent us this?
Alpha males are back. Boy is back. And the alpha males are back.
Just as delicious as you could imagine.
The alpha males
This again and again on mushrooms.
back. Boy is back. And the alpha males are back.
Just want to degrade the white man.
Alpha males are back.
I take all of it to my throat.
Alpha males are back.
Snowflake says what?
The alpha males are back.
You are a madman.
And the alpha males are back.
Oh no, Sam Cedar! What a fucking nightmare!
This happened as well this
Yeah, or
year.
a couple of
This
them. Just
one.
put them in rotation.
DJ Danner.
Well, the problem with those is they're like 45 seconds long, so I don't know if they're enough of a break.
That's fucking nonsense. You see white people doing drugs that look worse than normal white people, and all white people look disgusting.
And the alpha males
Psych. Fuck them. Snowflake says what? Snowflake says what?
A hell of a lot of bank. A hell of a lot of bank. A hell of a lot of bank. Okay, I'm making stupid money. Hell of a lot of bank. A hell of a lot of bank.
All lives matter. Have you tried doing an impression on a college campus?
I think that there's no reason why reasonable people across the divide can't all agree with this. Psych.
and the alpha males are back. And the Africans are black African. And the alpha males are black. And the Africans are back.
When you see Donald Trump out there, doesn't a little part of you think that America deserves to be taken over by jihadists? Keeping it 100. Can't knock the hustle. Come on!
Jihadist Obama.
Fuck 'em. Things I do for the bigger game plan. By the way, it's my birthday! Happy birthday to me, Jew boy!
I have a thought experiment for you.
And the alpha males are back. Africans are black. Alpha males are black.
Carson.
Africans are back.
Steven Miller, the soul names.
Come on! Come on!
Obama
Someone needs
like
to pay the
that.
price of blasphemy around here.
I am a total pussy.
Michael Brooks did like fun impressions of Obama and all. I think that's where these voice clips comes from. But that was a year ago. Damn. Maybe I should go to sleep. I think I should end the live stream. It was a good ending. What do you think? Bye, Infundibulum, Hunger Master, and Ligmund Freud. Have a good night or day or whatever. You know how on Twitter and everywhere, you know those trans people who are like hi, just opposite to that, bye. Good night.